Indonesia is a country with vast cultural and historical background. Today we will show you 3 places that will tell you a lot about the history.
So now we're in the National Museum of Indonesia, which is also called as the Elephant Building. Here behind me is the reason why the National Museum is called as the Elephant Building. So the elephant statue right here is given from the King of Thailand in 1871, whose name is the King Samde Out of all the sections there is in the National Museum of Indonesia, right now we're in the prehistory section. So prehistory is a span of time where humans have begun existing, but they have not invented writings yet. So there are no explanations for what they did or all the things there is in the past. So the classification for prehistory objects are divided into 2. One is the object, the technology of the object, and 2, how they get their food. Here is an example of the tradition and the prehistory. So here we can see the different kinds of fossils, human skeletons, rocks made of different things. And here is what fascinates me the most. These are bakal kubur, or funerary gifts. So when someone passed away, even nowadays, we gave them gifts, right? Like for Chinese, we burn a playhouse, a car, and all those stuffs in order for it to be the funerary gifts. Here, we have all kinds of objects here. But what's fascinating is they can also bury an animal, a beloved animal, or a slave, as in a human being, to be buried with them as their funerary gifts. Right now we're in the traditional Indonesian houses section. So a house is supposed to be a place where the inhabitants can feel safe and comfortable while being inside of it. A house is a shelter where you can fulfill your basic needs as a human being, where you can sleep, you can eat, you can be safe inside it. Now, the traditional houses in Indonesia are generally made of natural products, such as wood, bamboo, rattan, leaves, grass, and reeds. Now, let's take a look at the most famous traditional house in Indonesia. It's famous because of the food. Padang food is very famous in Indonesia, and you can find it everywhere. Here is the gadang, or clan house. So gadang is defined as a huge house where several families can live in it. We're in the Javanese section of the museum. Right now I'm standing in front of the Banten gamelan, the traditional musical instrument from Java. So this instrument is named gamelan because of the word gamel, which means hammer. If we want to play this instrument, we need to hit the 2 metal bars. So these metal bars are tuned in such a way we can play music, and we have to hit them one by one in order for us to produce sound from it. As you can see, the size is drum and it's very huge. The guy wants to perform, then they can practice because it's huge. It's going to be very noisy. So, and the rest of the parts is parts of the Japanese culture as well. And if you want to see more of this, you can come here, the National Museum of Indonesia, or the Elephant Building. Thank you.
Right now we are in Balaikota, also known as the City Hall of Jakarta. This city hall was part of two major colonies in the history of Indonesia. That is the Dutch and the Japanese. The Japanese used this place and called it the Tokubetsushi government, and the head was called the Sitoyo. Later on, this was changed to the National Government of Jakarta, and the head was changed to the mayor. This was officially used in 1919 and was the residence of the mayor. When the mayor was repositioned, the president issued a decree in 1961 that said that this will be changed to Jakarta Capital City Government, and the head was changed from mayor to governor. Up until today, this is used as the office for the government of Capital City of Jakarta. Here behind me is the original building, and over here on the left is the new building that is being built for the offices of today. The City Hall was used by both colonies, the Dutch and the Japanese, as a government central. Today I stand in front of the new building, which was started to be used in 1961 by the governor instead of the mayor. Today the governor is Basuki Cahaya Purnama, or his nickname Ahok. Alongside working with him is the vice governor Jarod Saiful.
Today I'm going to explore about one of the famous places in Indonesia, which is National Monument. We go there by this bus. It's free, see? Free. So this is the entrance to the National Monument. So let's just check this out. We observe about the museum. We will go to the museum. So check this out. National Monument or Monas.
So those three places certainly have made big impacts to Indonesia's current conditions. So if you want to visit Indonesia, you make sure you want to visit the three places that we just visited earlier. So that's the end of our video. Hope you enjoyed our video. Thank you.